All right, I wasn't necessarily planning on doing this review today, but they just came in the mail, so I figured let's go ahead and do an unboxing and first look at both the Gerber Lockdown Pry and the Gerber Lockdown Drive. Okay, real simple. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Now, I also have my whole collection of pocket knives to do a little bit of comparison. I am praying and hoping that, at least for the Gerber Drive, that it's better than I'm hoping. We'll see. So let's start with this one. We'll go to the Pry in just a minute. So this is the Gerber Lockdown Drive. Now, for some reason, my box came damaged, and I don't know why. But let's go ahead and take the whole thing out and see what we get in the box. So no sheath, just a box, and it's strapped down with a wire tie. Overkill. Oh, and I didn't get it all the way through. Wow. What a fail. Anyway, so we have the Gerber Lockdown Drive here. So this is our first look at the tool. There's a nice deep carry pocket clip. Actually, the clip looks better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let's start with some weight. Start with some weight. So this is 5 1/8 ounce. So this is not light. Let's do grams. 144 grams, if you want to do the conversion for a more accurate number. Now, I'm happy to see that the dimension for the tool isn't, the width isn't as bad as I worried it might be. So let's quickly take a look and see. We have 4 liner lock tools. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how easy is it to actually deploy? Oh, wow, look at that. The blade is flush. There's nothing protruding out. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, what? They didn't stick anything out. You can't grab it. What? Okay. Is mine broken, or is that the way it's supposed to come? That's pretty silly. So you have this quote unquote one-handed tool, which does have some pretty serious detent, and you can't open it. Oh boy, wow. It's pretty bad. Now it looks like the file is a little easier. But you know, this is one of those tools that I'd rather have a nail nick, because what ends up happening is that you give up some of the filing surface. So really, the file was only from here to here. And wow, there is absolutely no texturing on that flat single cut file. This isn't terrible though, at least. Not bad. It could be better. It does have a chisel end, which I like. That's kind of cool. Nice and thick. But once again, deployment's going to be an issue. Let's see, can I open it? Yeah, okay, I can open this one one-handed, but for some reason I can't open the blade. So let me try that again. Okay, I literally can't open that one-handed. Now my hands are a little sweaty, so let's see if I can. No, I can't open that. Wow, that's not something I expected. All right, it has the utility blade holder and the awl. Okay, that was a lot of force I put on it. But man, that's nice. This reamer, that is nice. The only problem is, once again, because you have these huge nail nicks, the depth at which you can put it is pretty minor. It's really only this long, which is very strange. Okay, now let's go to the... Okay, it's better than the arm bar, but not great. It's a friction fit detent, and my hands are a little sweaty right now, which is a reasonable thing. And if I'm being honest, I cannot put enough purchase. Wiping my hands. I cannot get this out with my hands. This is going so badly. Oh God. All right, so I'm hoping this is just a fluke. That mine is just a fluke. But so far, we have the magnet's too strong to pull the bits out. I can't get enough purchase. It's very strong, which is not a problem per se. But, you know. And it also looks like the length is sort of designed to work with standard hex bits. But I guess we better try whether they fit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So if I grab, my question is, will all of these be impossible to get out? This one I know I can't get out, I said with my hands. So if it goes in, oh, it goes in even deeper. Okay, well, that one I was able to grab. Let's see if I can, let's take one with a different angle. So like let's say a Phillips, a small Phillips. Like what can I get this out is the question. God damn it. Oh man. I cannot get that out with my hands. Oh boy. Well, Gerber, you definitely have a strong magnet, I'll give you that. So, first thoughts here. You have two implements, the reamer, which looks good, but because of this tab, its length and its usefulness is pretty minor, right? You could have drilled a hole that was much deeper instead that you have to deal with, you know, that extra thing. I love the utility blade holder, but every single implement, the detent is insane. Is insane on this. It's so hard. Okay, so what do I think? Carry something that you can deploy? I thought, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, lockdown pry. Lockdown pry. Oh man, this is not good. Okay, now this is the one I'm hoping for. At least let this one be redemption, right? The pry I like the shape of it. I think the color scheme is awesome. Please let me be able to open this blade. Seriously? There is nothing exposed for you to grab onto. You have to press in and up, and there's very little space to do that. I'm going to cut my finger open trying to do that because I'm going to press it, and it's going to slide up, and then I'm going to get it right there because I'm pressing down into the blade. I mean, we might as well test the sharpness, right? Guess it can't hurt. Hey, nice. Nice. All right, well, at least that's something. I'm going to have to modify this tool just to be able to use it. This detent is absolutely insane. And the thumb tabs don't come out. Hey, but at least the knife is sharp, you know, when you eventually get it open. That's cool. That's something. All right. Oh, man, and Jesus. That is the, like, look at my finger. That is a seriously strong lock bar. Whoa. Whoa. Did not see that. That's crazy. It's not the same in this one. It's not as bad. I don't know why. Okay, crosscut. Okay. This straight cut on this one's okay, so it might be a quality control issue. This isn't as bad, but it's still not very aggressive. It's a little bit better, though. It's definitely better than the other one. Chisel ground again at the end, which is cool. Prying tool with the obligatory bottle opener and what they're calling a large flat and a small flat. Yeah, right. Anyway, the point is that it's a flathead. Okay, I get that. Now let's see if we can open the scissor one-handed. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay. It's very difficult. Now, looks like so if that springs out too much, we won't be able to, okay, now, okay, so we got that. So let's just say that was like an accident. You know, that's just one of my user error. We'll just give Gerber the benefit of the doubt here. Okay, find some paracord. Paracord. See if it snips. Ah, good scissor. Nice. At least it's a good scissor. I like that. Once again, that lock bar is crazy strong. This isn't as bad this time. But you know how every single time I go to open this, I'm afraid to slide up on one of the sharp edges. Because I'm putting so much pressure trying to open it, that is a major concern for me. Every implement that's sharp is going to be a problem. Now, as far as the implements themselves on this tool, I really like the combination, but it doesn't matter if I can't get access. I'm going to have to seriously modify this thing just in order to... it's also heavier. Just to be able to use it. This is almost 6 ounces, this one. 5 7/8. This is heavy. Okay, so this is 6 ounces, this tool, basically. 6 ounces. That means that, let's see. We got, yeah, okay, so the Sidekick, admittedly, no, this is a Wingman, but the same thing, is 6.5, okay? And has a plier. Similar thickness. In fact, it's actually similar dimension here. Okay? One-handable blade that actually deploys. It's not my favorite, but it's still one-handable. And I can deploy the scissors one-handed, although this one actually has some gunk and it's stuck up. But that's true also for the Sidekick. Now, let's pull out my pocket knives here. T4, K4, that's good enough. Now, this is 50, made in China. This is 50, mostly made in the US. This is 70, mostly made in the US. Okay? Scissors, drivers, all. Screwdrivers, all one-handable. Whether you like the magnets or not, we're just comparing tool sets here. And as much as this was difficult before, now I have taken one of the 2 springs out, but even with 2 springs, this is still much safer and much easier to open. It is also going to have a good file, which is very, very aggressive, which in this size does not bother me. Okay, this is a very aggressive file. And on top of that, it has a pair of tweezers. It's also lighter by 40 grams. And it's 4 1/4 ounces. I'll be honest, I love the way this thing looks. I really wanted it to work. I really wanted it to work because I kind of like the way it looks. But the breaker here isn't where it's made or the price, because it's the same price basically. There's 2 things that are the problem. The weight is really excessive. So we have a Wingman which is only ½ an ounce heavier than the pry, and probably almost about an ounce, let's say about an ounce heavier than the drive variant, with a full set of pliers in it. You have really major difficulty in deployment. It's the literal opposite of the Free Series. This is like the hardest to deploy tool I've used, including pretty much any Victorinox I own. Pretty much any Victorinox is going to be easier to deploy on any of the implements than this tool. This is one of the most difficult to deploy tools I've ever seen. Now we have 2 of them in front of us. We have the pry and we have the drive. Neither one had a blade that I would consider safe to open because the blade is so close to where you're using your thumb. If you were to slip, see how I'm pressing? Now notice, if I were to slip, my finger is going to go right down into where the blade is located. I'm not sure what happened here. All I know is that the actual detent and the fact that the thumb stud is not far enough out or doesn't give you any purchase, the combination is too dangerous. I don't dislike the tool set, but as of right now, with the way the blade works, and the small blade could end up being more dangerous even if you're trying to do it one-handed or you're putting too much pressure on it. I could not in good conscience recommend something this dangerous to somebody. Good on Gerber, I guess, to try something new, but you got to be more careful when you put stuff out. I mean, you have this tool in particular has a great tool set, but I cannot deploy anything on here safely. That's a problem. And forget one-handed. There is no way that you're going to successfully deploy these things one-handed with the detent I'm experiencing. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing other people review this tool, but as of right now, this is far too unsafe for me to recommend. That's it. I can't really go any further because, yeah, it's a non-starter. So that's it. The Gerber lockdown, pry, and drive. And I don't understand it because this tool was shown at an outdoor expo in 2019. 2019. It didn't release it in 2020, and now they're releasing it, but they're releasing it in this form with these problems. And I'm not sure I understand what happened. How could you have not tried to deploy these tools? I want to talk to the He-Man who did the testing on this, because the amount of pressure required for me to pop this open is truly insane. And I've used one-handed functionality on things that even aren't supposed to be one-handable, and this is hard for me. So yeah, I would like to hear more from other people and from Gerber, because this is very strange to have it be this way. Did they use the wrong dimensional pocket clip? Should this have been further out? I don't understand. There's literally nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to grab onto. It's almost completely flush. Completely flush. I don't understand. It's very strange. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the Gerber lockdown pry and the lockdown drive. I guess we'll have to conclude after we find out whether I just got 2 duds or not. Take care, guys.